2025 was supposed to be the year the automotive industry turned a new page. The headlines were optimistic. Next-gen EVs hit the market. AI-powered self-driving cars are here. Government's worldwide push for zero emissions. It all sounded like a new golden age for car makers, especially with the electric vehicle, EV, revolution gaining serious momentum. But beneath this wave of innovation and green marketing, a harsh reality is setting in. Some of the world's most iconic car manufacturers, the ones we grew up with, are now facing an existential crisis. These aren't unknown startups or fringe companies. These are legendary automakers with decades of history, engineering excellence, and global brand recognition. Yet in 2025, some of them are struggling to sell a single car in key markets like the US, Europe, and China. Why is this happening? Because the industry changed faster than they did. While tech-savvy companies like Tesla, BYD, and Hyundai are breaking EV sales records and expanding globally, others are left behind with outdated combustion models, inefficient supply chains, and branding that simply doesn't connect with today's consumers. The result? Empty dealerships, warehouses full of unsold inventory, and financial reports dripping in red ink. Consumers have spoken. They want electric vehicles that are efficient, affordable, connected, and sustainable. And if a brand can't deliver that, they're out. In this video, we're exposing the silent collapse of once dominant car manufacturers. Magnifying glass tilted left. Which brands are in serious trouble? Police car light. Why did they fail to innovate? Hammer wrench. What desperate strategies are they using to survive? Slashing prices, firing executives, begging for government bailouts. Automobile. And what does this mean for the future of cars, driving, and your next purchase? Stay with us. This is more than a business story. It's the unraveling of a century-old industry. What's happening now will shape the roads, the economy, and your driving choices for decades to come. The slow collapse of traditional car manufacturers didn't begin in 2025. It was years, even decades, in the making. Behind the glossy marketing campaigns and heritage branding, a dangerous mindset took root: prioritize short-term profits over long-term innovation. And that decision has come back to haunt them in the most brutal way. Let's rewind to 2020, a pivotal year. The COVID-19 pandemic revealed just how fragile the automotive industry's global supply chains truly were. Production came to a grinding halt. Microchip shortages delayed car deliveries by months, even years. Demand fluctuated wildly. And yet, many legacy carmakers refused to adapt. Instead of pivoting towards sustainable solutions like EV battery production, lithium supply agreements, and solid-state battery R&D, they stayed married to the past, funneling billions into the outdated internal combustion engine (ICE) platform. Why? Because for decades, it worked. Big trucks, big engines, and brand recognition kept the money flowing. Executives bet that brand loyalty and nostalgia would shield them from disruption. But while they were busy protecting the past, a new future was already on the road. Younger buyers, especially Gen Z and millennials, weren't just looking for horsepower. They wanted efficiency, sustainability, and innovation. They cared about climate change, carbon emissions, and digital connectivity. And more importantly, they weren't loyal to legacy brands. They were loyal to values, and brands that embodied the future. Meanwhile, visionary automakers like Tesla, Rivian, BYD, and even traditional brands that evolved like Hyundai and Volvo, invested early and aggressively in electric vehicle technology. They secured battery supply chains, scaled software development, and embraced AI-powered driving systems. The result? By 2025, the gap has become a chasm. While modern EV brands flourish, many traditional automakers are now bleeding cash, losing relevance, and desperately trying to play catch-up. 2025 isn't a year of disruption. It's the year of consequences, and for those who ignore the signals, the market isn't forgiving. These car brands are on the verge of disappearing in 2025, a silent collapse. It's time to face the facts and name the names. The global auto industry in 2025 is a battlefield, and not every player is making it out alive. While some manufacturers are thriving with innovative EV lineups and future-focused strategies, others are on the brink of extinction. Let's take a closer look at the major car brands currently facing collapse, and why they're struggling in a market that no longer tolerates complacency. Blue Square Mitsubishi. A brand frozen in time, once admired for its affordable sedans and rugged SUVs like the Outlander and Pajero, Mitsubishi has failed to evolve in the electric era. In 2025, the brand feels outdated, stuck in the design and mindset of a decade ago. Its only electric vehicle, the Mitsubishi i-MiEV, is widely seen as overpriced, underpowered, and painfully outdated in both design and range. The result? Almost zero EV sales in Europe, with drastically falling sales figures in Asia and North America. Mitsubishi's global presence is shrinking fast, and industry analysts say its survival is now hanging by a thread. Blue Square Chrysler. From American icon to obsolete relic, Chrysler was once a titan of American automotive design, known for innovation and luxury. But in 2025, it's a ghost of its former self. With only 2 aging models in its lineup and no fully realized electric vehicle strategy, Chrysler is falling behind rapidly. In Q1 of 2025, global sales dropped below 5,000 units, a catastrophic figure for any global automaker. Rumors are swirling. Industry experts say Chrysler may be shut down entirely by the end of the year, marking the end of a once proud chapter in U.S. car history. Blue Square SsangYong. The lost Korean brand. Korean automaker SsangYong has struggled for years. But 2025 might be the final blow. Following multiple ownership changes and a failed rebranding as Korea's EV pioneer, SsangYong's efforts to reinvent itself have flopped. Its electric models suffer from poor driving range, uninspired designs, and late market entries. Without strong brand identity or customer loyalty, SsangYong is now disappearing from both showrooms and public consciousness. Blue Square Alfa Romeo. Beauty without a future. Alfa Romeo still holds a special place in the hearts of car lovers, known for its sleek designs and Italian performance. But passion alone isn't enough in 2025. Sky-high maintenance costs, ongoing reliability issues, and a glaring lack of electric or hybrid offerings have driven away even loyal buyers. In today's EV-dominated market, efficiency and reliability trump style, and Alfa Romeo hasn't kept up. Blue Square Neo and Xpeng, China. EV giants facing EV growing pains. It might come as a surprise, but even some Chinese electric vehicle pioneers are in trouble. Neo and Xpeng, once hailed as the future of China's EV dominance, are now facing a perfect storm: oversupply in the domestic market, slim profit margins, rising battery costs, intense local competition from BYD, Geely, and international brands. Despite strong early growth, both companies are struggling to scale profitably and may need drastic restructuring to survive. Police Scarlight, and that's just the beginning. Beyond these high-profile names, dozens of regional automakers across India, Latin America, Eastern Europe, and Southeast Asia are quietly shutting down or being absorbed by larger players. Their decline doesn't make headlines, but the signs are clear. The auto industry is undergoing a massive reset. In 2025, the message is simple: adapt or disappear. The new buyer mentality in 2025. Why car brands are being rejected in 2025. The automotive world isn't just changing under the hood, it's transforming in the minds of consumers. Today's car buyers are more informed, tech-savvy, and value-driven than ever before. The days when flashy ads or legacy brand names could secure loyalty are over. Now buyers do their homework, and they're voting with their wallets. Let's explore exactly why millions of modern consumers are actively avoiding certain car brands, and what it tells us about the evolving expectations of the global market. Red Circle 1. Tech mismatch. Obsolete equals invisible. Consumers in 2025 demand cars that are more than just vehicles. They want smart, connected mobility experiences. Over-the-air, OTA software updates, advanced infotainment systems with AI integration, autonomous driving capabilities, seamless smartphone syncing, and cloud-based vehicle diagnostics. Any automaker still selling cars with laggy touchscreens, no OTA updates, or outdated user interfaces is immediately seen as behind the times. Tech is no longer a bonus, it's a requirement. If your car can't update itself or integrate with your digital life, it's already irrelevant. Red Circle 2. Poor EV strategy. No EV, no future. The electric vehicle revolution isn't coming, It's already here. By 2025, buyers expect a full EV lineup with real-world driving range above 400 kilometers, 250 plus miles, fast charging capability, modern, minimalist interiors with digital control systems, plug-in hybrids, and weak compliance. EVs are no longer enough. Consumers are actively avoiding brands that have failed to invest in dedicated electric platforms. Legacy automakers still clinging to internal combustion are quickly losing relevance among eco-conscious and tech-first buyers. Red Circle 3. Inflation and value-conscious buying. Every dollar counts with global inflation, rising interest rates, and increasing costs of living. Car buyers in 2025 are more careful than ever. They're looking for low maintenance costs, strong fuel or electricity efficiency, long warranty periods, high resale value. Expensive cars with outdated tech, unreliable service histories, or poor fuel efficiency are quickly dismissed. In today's market, value isn't just about price. It's about total ownership experience. Red Circle 4. Reputation and trust. Bad news travels fast. The modern buyer reads reviews, watches YouTube comparisons, and checks Reddit threads before walking into a dealership. Point 1 Poorly handled recall. Point 1 Viral TikTok exposing shady fees. Point 1 Customer service disaster. That's all it takes to destroy trust in 2025. Reputation management is no longer optional. Transparency, ethical marketing, and after-sales support are everything. Google reviews and social media chatter directly impact brand sales. 1 star can mean $1 million loss. Red Circle 5. Leasing, subscriptions, and the end of ownership. Traditional car ownership is losing appeal, especially among younger buyers. Instead, they're embracing flexible lease options, car subscriptions, shared mobility services. Brands that still cling to the old school buy and finance for 7 years model are becoming dinosaurs. If you can't offer modern flexibility, you're off the radar for Gen Z and millennials. Brain what this means for the industry. 2025 buyers don't care about brand nostalgia. They care about experience, technology, ethics, and efficiency. If a car company can't deliver on those fronts, it doesn't matter how famous they once were, they will be left behind. How these car brands are trying to survive, and failing miserably. By 2025, the global auto industry isn't just evolving, it's in full-blown crisis mode for some brands. Behind closed doors, panic has set in. As sales collapse and consumer trust erodes, automakers once thought to be untouchable are resorting to extreme, and often desperate, measures to stay afloat. Let's pull back the curtain and reveal what's really happening inside the boardrooms of these struggling companies. Blue Circle 1. Slashing prices. The race to the bottom. Facing thousands of unsold vehicles and shrinking customer interest, several brands have resorted to deep discounts, with some offering $10,000 or more off MSRP just to clear out inventory. While these price cuts may temporarily boost sales, they come at a cost. Crushed profit margins, damaged brand image, resentful early buyers who paid more. When buyers associate your cars with massive discounts, they stop seeing your brand as premium, or even reliable. Short-term survival, long-term destruction. Blue Circle 2. Mergers and fire sales. Losing control with mounting losses, some companies are selling off critical assets just to stay operational. Manufacturing plants, global dealerships, research and development divisions. Others are scrambling for last-minute mergers or acquisitions, often with no clear strategic vision, just a hope that combining forces will delay collapse. But the market sees through desperation. Mergers without synergy rarely work, and stripped-down companies have little left to offer. Blue Circle 3. Extreme marketing, gimmicks overvalued to grab headlines and move metal. Automakers are launching wild promotional campaigns. Buy one, get one half off. Offers lifetime warranties that aren't sustainable. Free EV home chargers or free fuel for a year. Aggressive influencer marketing that feels forced. These gimmicks may bring traffic, but they don't build loyalty. In many cases, buyers view them as signs of a sinking ship. Blue Circle 4. Begging for government bailouts. A political gamble. Several failing car brands are now lobbying governments for financial aid, special protections, or direct bailouts. They argue that they are too historic to fail, or vital for local jobs. But so far, most of these pleas have been denied. Governments in 2025 are more cautious than during past crises. especially when voters demand accountability and green investments over propping up polluting legacy brands. Desperation isn't a strategy despite these efforts. Analysts predict that 7 to 10 car brands will likely vanish completely by the end of 2026. Either through bankruptcy, silent shutdowns, or absorption into larger companies, the industry is undergoing a massive shakeout. In the new auto economy, survival isn't about history. It's about innovation, agility, trust, and vision. And without those, no amount of discounts, marketing stunts, or bailout pleas will save you. Only the bold will survive. The auto industry's final test in 2025. The global car industry is undergoing the most dramatic transformation in its 100-plus year history. And in 2025, it's not just a shift, it's a Darwinian reset. We're witnessing a brutal shakeout. The bold, the fast, the innovative, they will thrive. The slow, the stubborn, and the nostalgic, they will vanish. Legacy, history, and reputation? They're no longer enough. Today's winning brands are built on 4 pillars: small blue diamond innovation. From AI-powered autonomous driving to solid-state battery breakthroughs, small blue diamond sustainability. Not just meeting emissions goals, but setting new green standards. Small blue diamond digital experience, seamless infotainment, smart features, OTA updates, and user-centric design. Small blue diamond trust, transparency, reliability, and real value for money. The companies that master these areas will define the roads of the future. The rest will become footnotes, abandoned showrooms, broken websites, and distant memories. So, as we close this eye-opening journey into the current state of the car industry, we leave you with 2 powerful questions. Automobile: which brand do you believe is bold enough to survive this storm? Warning: and which will disappear, becoming just another logo in the graveyard of fallen automakers? Speech balloon. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're reading every one. Thumb up if you found this video insightful. Give it a like, bell, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our deep dives into the rise and fall of the automakers shaping our future. Because the collapse isn't over, and the next brand to fall might be one you never expected.